Ooh. 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 Yep. Ooh. 2. I smell 3. Uh. Ah. I messed up my footing. Ooh. 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 Two. 3. Okay. So I got to record the summary in my car because the New Year's resolutioners, they filled the gym today. So there's a ton of people in the gym, which is to be expected in January. It was too loud. There wasn't any space. The usual room that I go to as a backup to record my summary couldn't do it. So we're doing it here. Before I turn my engine on and go home, I didn't want to do it while I was driving. I want to focus. But anyway, so legs today, good session. Obviously, I've done quite a few leg videos now. They always get good views, which is great. And yeah, I know that there's a massive interest in leg development in general, whether that be me specifically, in terms of being interested in me training legs specifically, or whether it's something that people want to see. So I've seen that, and I've decided to put out way more leg development content than any other content, just because there seems to be a better interest in that. than some of the other things I've been putting out there. And it makes sense because when I look at my analytics, I can see the demographic of male to female. It tends to be quite even, which is surprising. I thought I'd have significantly more men watching my content, but yeah, it tends to be quite even, which is great. So I think what's happening is when I go to my upper body days, I've got a lot of the men watching it, and the women kind of drop off from that. But when I post legs, everybody wants big legs, men, women, whatever. So yeah, so I'm trying to listen to you guys and or pay attention, I should say, to what you guys are interested in, and obviously put that content out there. So it's been a very long time since I did barbell back squats. Then I tore my groin, which you may or may not know already. If you're new to the channel, then you won't know. I tore my groin during prep. So today I've reintroduced the most weight I've squatted in a long time. I did squats a couple weeks ago, and I only made it up to 140 for a couple of full sets of 8, and then I did 160 for like 3 or 4 just to kind of feel how that felt on my groin. And it was okay, but I think because I had already fatigued with the 2 sets of 140, it was quite evident that the discomfort, I could feel it more. It became more apparent. So I stopped it there. But this week I said to myself, right, rather than going there with high volume, let's go in there with higher intensity, lower volume. Deliberately try and get 8 reps, even if it feels good. Don't do more than that. Obviously, you're recovering from injury. It's not a matter of are you strong enough. It's is your injury healthy enough to allow you to work without re-injuring. So that's the point. So all things considered, I was happy. You'll see in the video that my foot positioning wasn't right. And even before then, I tried to lift the bar off and I misjudged it. So one side, it was lopsided, basically. So I had to reset again. It wasn't the sort of weight that I'm uncomfortable with. So it was 180 kilo, 4 plates aside. It's not the sort of weight I'm uncomfortable with. Just for reference, I've done 220 for 12 reps. So 180 is not a weight I'm uncomfortable with, but it's one of those things where once you're not locked in anymore, it does become difficult to lock in. It becomes difficult in the middle of a set to lock in. Really, you should be locked in before you even approach the bar. That's how I am typically anyway. That's just me. Like I said, because the weight was not particularly challenging for me, it was okay. I reset my foot position while the bar was on my back after a rep or two. I did what I needed to do basically to feel comfortable. I wanted to make sure my depth was good enough. I aim for parallel, so I want my hamstring and my calf to hit 90 degree. No more, no less. Okay, so I don't want to go under that. I've never done that. Um, I find that incredibly uncomfortable on my knees. And doing it at parallel for me has grown my legs significantly. So all the people in the comments or whatever, if you say, oh no, if you're not sitting in the bucket or if you're not asked to grass, that doesn't count. That's fine. I'm not a power lifter. I'm not a strongman. I don't get judged on my depth. I get judged on the way I look, and the way I look is fine. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to doing what I'm doing and what I'm comfortable with doing. And I advise you guys do the same. I would never go above parallel. I think as far as muscular development, there's not much benefit to doing that. Maybe if you're doing, I've seen functional athletes like sprinters and stuff do like fast twitch work where they're jolting out of the squat. I'm not talking about you guys. Obviously, if you're somebody like that who's doing functional training, there's a ton of nuance as to why you might do it differently. But just for developing big legs, yeah, we don't want to be shallow repping. You don't want to be shallow repping. I just think you're either going too heavy, or if you have discomfort in your knees, there's other movements that you should and could be doing that will allow you to obviously develop your legs in a different way, whether that means just isolation work like leg extension, seated flexion, laying hamstring curls, whatever. You're better off doing something properly as opposed to trying to do a squat poorly. You're not going to get much out of doing that. So all things considered, I'm happy with my performance. 180 for 8 reps. It was an easy 8 reps. There was more in there in terms of strength. I easily had 10, probably had 12 with a spot. I might have even broken 12. I again, because I had to reset in the middle of the set, I and trying to refocus, I wasn't really locked in going into it. So still to just rep out 180 like that, I'm still very happy. Next time around, I need to make sure my foot position is correct. I need to make sure I'm locked in. I need to make sure everything's right, so that I can have a true reflection of where I'm at. But yeah, like I say, all things considered, I'm happy. So yeah, and I just wanted to show you another exercise after those squats. The reason I do those, they're heavier than goblet squats. We only have the kettlebells at my gym only go up to 24 kilo. That's not enough for me. Yeah, it allows me to load up a bar, but still have a similar profile to a goblet squat, and I can then work my adductors and train that same movement that my groin is affected by, but I can do it in a more controlled manner with lower weight. So that's why I'm doing it. It's exposure therapy basically for my groin. I want to make sure that I'm still operating in a way that allows my groin to work without loading so much weight onto it that it compromises it, and it risks a re-injury. So that's the reason for that, and I just thought it was important to show that and explain it obviously afterwards as to why I do it. Other than that, there's not really much to talk about today. I'm going to try to do these car talks more often. I try to stay away from doing it because I feel like everybody does it. I try to keep it in the gym setting and speak to you guys in the gym. But I realize now that for me to be able to sit here and fully explain things to you guys, I need to have an environment that I am in control of, i.e., quiet. I can sit here as long as I want and speak to you guys. So I am probably going to move to these talks in the car a little bit more often, just to obviously be able to explain myself fully. Again, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to stay in the gym environment. I know so many of the popular YouTubers are doing it. Sam Sulek being probably one of the first guys that I noticed to do it. I didn't just want to copy what he was doing and make it seem like, oh, you're just doing what everyone else is doing. So I kind of tried to stay away from it. I wanted to stay in the gym environment, like I said, and just make it continuous and fluid. But I just feel like the way today has gone with the New Year, New Me crowd, I think yeah, I think this is going to be the most feasible option for the time being. So yeah, expect a lot more dialogue from me. I will talk on specific topics as well as show you my training, and it does help me in a way that I don't have to speak to you guys while I train that way. I will from time to time, but it just means I can lock in as if you're not here, as if I'm not recording. And I can get a full session in with my real intensity, other than setting up the camera here and there, obviously. And then yeah, I can speak to you guys after, like I say, in a controlled environment. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you again. This was a little bit of a longer one. But yeah, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for the views, the subscriptions, all that stuff. As of this video, as of this morning of me recording this video, I've hit 2,000 subs. So I'm really happy with that, because before I started doing content consistently again, which was maybe October time, I was only on about 400 subs, I think. And since then, I've just made sure that I'm posting twice a week as far as long form videos, and then I'm doing shorts every single day. And I'm not just throwing shorts out there that are just random nonsense. Like, I'm really taking my time to get ahead of the game and put real content out there that helps people, and is entertaining. So that seems to be working a lot for me, and my shorts seem to get significant views, and that's what's bringing a lot of the traffic to these long form videos. But I thank you guys for sticking around. Those of you who have come through shorts and then obviously subscribed, I'm glad you guys have stuck around to see the long form content that I have, as well as obviously you'll still see the shorts and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate it. This is going to be a long old journey. I'm on 2,000 subs right now. By the end of this year, I'd like to be at 10k. I know that's a lofty goal, but yeah, I'd appreciate if you guys can share my videos, tell a friend to tell a friend, continue to watch, continue to comment. If there's any questions you guys have, please let me know. Otherwise, yeah, thank you again. Let's start 2026 off on the right foot, achieving our goals. I know I have. I'm trying to put content out there to help you guys to start off on the right foot as far as your fitness goals are concerned. So yeah, keep killing it, and we'll catch up next time.